It started. I started out live streaming, although I didn't know I was live streaming at the time because I didn't think anybody would ever watch my channel. So we started out as a podcast. That way I did it twice a month. Then I started like backing it up on YouTube, and then we're like, hey, we recorded it. I didn't know what I was doing. So we recorded it separately, and then I would edit it together. And then we discovered YouTube like live streaming, but we didn't we're just like, we'll just record our podcast here. And I didn't notice the public button or the unlisted or the private. I just did it because my channel had 100 subs, and I figured it was accidental or family or whatever. And I didn't think anybody was watching. And then I got an email from a guy named Brian Smart. He's like, dude, I have been trying to talk to you for like a month in the chat. I'm like, what chat? So I discovered the studio. And I'm like, oh, dude, sorry. So we started live streaming, and Brian Smart was in there, and then somebody else would join. But it was basically Brian. And then I know this is a long story, but from then, like everything we did was live stream. We live streamed after TV shows. And then we're like, hey, let's just do the podcast every Friday. Let's just do that every Friday. So that's how it started. So I've had multiple different hosts from the beginning. It's been going, since 2017, maybe earlier, 2016. I've been doing a Friday night show. It wasn't called Friday Night Tights, but I've been doing a Friday show, and I think I've missed 4.
Wow.
It's 2017, 16. We'll say 16. And then it officially became Friday Night Tights after Jeremy decided, hey, I'm going to be doing alternate channels on Geeks and Gamers. I need to leave the High Council to get to focus on other stuff. And then Odin came to me, called me and said, hey, why don't we bring some Geeks and Gamers people on Friday on your Friday show? I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. We'll just rotate everybody in. Jeremy will be there for the first episode. He never left. And it built from there. So it started back in 2000, I think it was early 19. Yeah, it was 19, because right after Comic-Con 2019 when we came up with the concept, right? And then it kicked into gear early, about 6 or 7 months later, when Drinker, we got Drinker on for the first time. And then it was Drinker, then Mahler. And Drinker and Mahler being on the show, like, leveled it up, like automatically, because they have a great crowd, and it was off to the races from there. So it was a process. It was not like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing called Friday Night Tights. Like, it was a Friday show. Somebody in the chat, I wish I can give him credit, gave it the name Friday Night Tights. I'm like, that's a good name. We're trying to think of a name. Somebody said Friday Night Tights. I'm like, oh, my wife likes Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. We can change it later. It's stuck. And it's just evolved, and it's evolved because we have the right chemistry. We have the right people there. We're genuine friends. We talk to each other all the time. We hang out as much as we can. And it is, to the very definition, just a bunch of friends shooting, it's shooting the shit for 3 hours. And I would do that with my friends in the 90s. We have microphones on now and giving each other shit. That's kind of what we live for. So the ability to laugh at ourselves, I think, makes the show work.